right, we have our current leading player, our blue Protoss, Nova.
Yay, Nova.
Yeah, and
And he's
Nova,
going to go for the same sort of thing, the pylon at the top of the ramp.
yeah, except that's just a little bit misplaced. He's not going to be able to
Right.
do a normal wall off, I guess.
Yeah.
But he will be able to wall it off.
Yeah. Yeah. There's always a way to get it done. It just won't be the prettiest one in the world, but he'll figure it out.
And both these players are going to be going pretty standard. I think our Zerg's going to open with the hatch first again,
Yeah, I
and
kind of expect him to.
we'll see what
Now,
our
he
player
is sending
Protoss.
both of his, like, he sent the first Overlord out and down to the normal scout, sending the second one to the natural instead of sending it to scout the other direction. So that does indicate he's probably going to take that first. Um, we'll see. There comes the drone wandering down into position.
Yep, the
And he will.
drone hatchery goes down, but there is a probe that's scouting the first or the right way for the first time, so he is going to get to see it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, our Protoss player is about to. Well, I was assuming he was going to throw down his I-core, but it looks like he's getting ready for an early expand. Maybe upon seeing that our Zerg player also opted for a hatch first.
Yes. And his pool is down here as well. But yeah, so kind of going for the ramp there. He is supply blocked temporarily as he gets this zealot queued up, and it will start now. But kind of playing a half and half, kind of a one gate, but then move to the low ground sort of thing. And we've got the probe actually looking around, learning it from last game, looking around for extra bases, just to make sure that nothing is hidden here this time.
I would check one of the platform bases because
Yeah,
nobody expects you to take that.
exactly. Very true. He does wander up to one. And he may just hide here in the back and use that as a pylon launching point a little
Mhm.
later on.
Yep, our Zerg player doesn't have too great Overlord spreadage right now,
Yeah.
so I mean, there's a low chance of it getting caught.
Yeah, exactly. It is a hard one to spot this early on in the game, at least. But it will be a little while until he's got Warp Gate or anything. Once again, being a little late on actually starting his research for Warp Gate, opting not to do that just yet.
Yeah, and it's weird because he has the gas for it too. Like
Yeah,
sometimes people will get the mothership core out first just for that extra safety, and then get
right.
the warp gate. But looks like he doesn't have the minerals to be grabbing the mothership core right now, and instead starts his sentry.
Very true. Just using the one gas, going for the second gas right now.
Yep. And over on our Zerg side, it looks like he started a Roach Warren. Still joining up, just starting a couple of lings for maybe scouting and um,
Yeah, so pretty similar in general so far for our Zerg player,
right.
other than the fact that he hasn't taken a hidden base. Two lings will be coming out probably to take the watchtower and maybe poke at the front of our Protoss base.
He definitely has the money to be taking a third right now, but I think he's going to save it up for the roaches to pop,
Yeah.
which can happen right now.
Yeah, and
But
if he does get aggressive early on, it may work out for him. As you said, there is no mothership core actually out, so it's really just a single sentry, and he doesn't have cannons or anything in place at front, and he's going for a Twilight Council instead. So we're really running off one gateway right now without Warp Gate done. So if aggression were to come, it would be pretty deadly, and there are 10 roaches on their way.
yeah, 10 roaches, that's a lot of roaches
Yeah.
happening at 6 minutes and 30 seconds. If he just runs to the ramp, oh, and they're actually going to spot, well, no,
Yeah,
the
the
probe is
probe
actually
will
going to
see
spot
the
it.
first four coming out. Hopefully,
Yeah,
that will tip them off that I got to do something. The mothership does come out, and Warp Gate will just be finished in a few seconds
yeah, but he
as
has no
two more gateways
gateways.
come down.
Yeah, his response was the Dark Shine, which is a little weird because he has a forge, but neither of the games he's made cannons.
No,
Maybe YOLO picking up on that. He's even making a couple of slowlings to go along with this attack, and this is pretty game ending right here. The cannons do come, but it's a little late. The sentry has enough energy for maybe one or two force fields, but this forge is going down. and that force field isn't doing anything.
Yeah, he's going to have to force field this off as well, as
Right.
the roaches will break in. They're going to be
Oh,
able
but
to.
they
Oh,
target fire,
yeah,
right?
sentry
Yeah.
just immediately gone. Now, if he could stall long enough to then launch a DT base race, that's certainly possible. But he will be able probably to warp in three DTs as long as he remembers to turn these other gateways into warp gates. Which there they go.
Yep. Roaches are just running along in. The photon overcharge
Oh,
is
he
still hitting
warps
the roaches
him.
from here.
Oh, loses power before the DT
Oh,
finishes.
he still
That's
has that one gateway though,
He's got one left.
which might actually be targeted down by these roaches over
Yeah,
here.
but he's got one DT actually going into the main base of the Zerg player. Um,
Microing his roaches trying to pick up the probes, taking down these pylons as well. Here comes the other roaches. Photon overcharge at the natural is still shooting, but
he
I don't
needs
know.
to be canceling these pylons, but unfortunately isn't. Yeah, photon overcharge has worn out up top. He
He
does
has the
have the
one
one
DT.
DT uh, in his natural. Unfortunately, one DT just kind of going to work on an assimilator in the Zerg space, as
Right.
opposed to actually trying to take anything important out.
Yeah. And it looks like all the probes run away to a corner, and they are trapped. These reinforcing roaches are just gonna pick them off.
Second
Uh,
DT does get warped in at the natural, but he's going to end up unpowering this. He needs to get a pylon up on the other three, but he's really only got the gas for one more DT at this point.
but the thing is, YOLO is still mining his natural, and he has spore
Yeah.
crawlers everywhere. So I don't know. I don't think Nova can recover from this, even with the
No, I
DTs.
don't think so. He's lost his main now. He will end up. He may not get this Dark Shrine in time, but he's eventually going to just lose everything. If this group of roaches just target fires down this last Nexus, then that's kind of it.
Yeah. Going
Instead
for the
are going to be going
probes.
for the probes. That's almost just as good. And Nova does tap out of this one.